Hello, my name is Xonevant. Today is Saturday, January the 31st, and I'm wanting to talk about Ubisoft today. They've created a game called Dig Rush that basically will help cure lazy eye. Let's get into the details right here on the Daily Dose. So I think it's a fair assumption at this point to say that gamers as a whole, we kind of have a love-hate relationship with Ubisoft, right? I mean, the quality of their product over the last 6 months to a year has not been that great, right? So when I came across this article, I was like, oh my God, they're at it again. They're doing some craziness, and it's going to end up being just a big fiasco, right? Because the title of the article says, Ubisoft's next game is available by prescription only. And I don't know what it was when I saw prescription only, but my mind started thinking about business models, free-to-play games, microtransactions, DLC, and I was like, oh my God, what is this prescription model thing? Is it some new fangled business thing that Ubisoft's trying to introduce? I had to click on this article. But then I read the subheading to this article, and it says, therapeutic video game Dig Rush is designed to treat lazy eye. Now, if you're not familiar with lazy eye, what it is basically one of your eyes is normal and the other one is very weak. So it causes a lot of discomfort and things like that when you're trying to focus on things. And typically the way that they will treat this sort of thing is they will give you an eye patch and they'll put it over your strong eye, forcing your weaker eye to focus more. You see what I'm saying? To hopefully get stronger so that they can bring both your eyes into a good balance. That's typically the way that this thing is handled. But what's happening now is that Ubisoft is partnering with researchers in this particular field, physicians, and is trying to create a video game experience that will, be fun and entertaining, but at the same time help treat lazy eye. Let me read you this part of the article. It says, Dig Rush is a basic side-scrolling game. It utilizes both eyes to train the brain in an effort to improve visual acuity. This is done by utilizing different contrast levels of red and blue, seen through stereoscopic glasses that the player wears. The game itself, played on a tablet, can automatically adjust to a person's specific eye condition. The game also naturally adapts later on as visual acuity improves. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think this is pretty freaking cool, man. I mean, look, there's been studies done before that proves that playing video games, helps things like hand-eye coordination and helps to prevent things like Alzheimer's. We've seen that especially with the 3DS and stuff like that, or the DS, I should say, because it kind of started with the regular version of the DS. Those brain age games and stuff like that. We've seen that, but what we're talking about here, I think, takes it to the next level, right? Because you're going to a doctor, and instead of this doctor prescribing you just pills or, just some kind of workout routine, if you had a hurt leg or something like that, they're going to tell you, hey, you got to go to physical therapy. They're going to be telling you, hey, here's a tablet with a preloaded video game on it. Go home and play this thing for, 1 to 2 hours a day or whatever. And the tablet itself is going to talk to us as your physician. It's going to tell us, keep us updated about where you are. And the game is going to keep adapting, right, based on the way that you see. That is absolutely mind-blowing to me, guys. And I'm really excited that this sort of thing is happening. And here's why, is because, especially with the media, even in the gaming media, right? You hear all the time about the bad side of gaming, people killing each other and, violence in video games and all this kind of stuff, which I'm going to have another Daily Dose about that probably coming up this week about that particular topic. But you get my point. That's the only thing you hear is the negative side of the video game industry, right? Because obviously it's great for a headline and it gets views and clicks on websites. But this particular article will also get views and clicks on websites and will probably eventually go to the mainstream media too, because of the fact that it, obviously will be helping people get through this particular type of illness, and it will help encourage maybe some other developers and publishers to get out there and see, hey, what can we do to help prevent this, particular ailment or something else, right, in the medical field that video games could help treat. It just encourages the industry to start thinking on that side of the fence, and I think that's pretty cool. Now, according to this article, it says that they're still seeking FDA approval for Dig Rush, and they hope that the game comes out later on this year. They also say, but you won't be able to head to iTunes and simply download the game. It will be available only through a physician's prescription, which goes back to the title of the article. So this is pretty cool to me. I like where this is going, guys. I like to see developers and publishers on the other side of the fence getting out there and thinking outside of the box. And who knows, man? I mean, look, you know, publishers and developers, they're in it for the cash. And yes, they can make a lot of cash off of us and the fact that we love being entertained and, you know, playing games and stuff like that. But they can make a ton of money in the medical industry too. A ton of money in the medical industry and do a good thing at the same time. So I think this is absolutely brilliant. I don't know if the game's going to be any good or whatever. Obviously, they're still trying to hash that sort of stuff out. But I do think it's a great step in the right direction. So you guys let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I'll see you guys right back here tomorrow.